What's going on, guys? We have a very cool team build here today. So the last 2 months of the NHL season has been crazy. There's been the draft, Connor McDavid, Jack Eichel, all of these moves. There's been free agency, there's been trades galore, some big names being moved around, some big money contracts being handed out, and there's a lot of new faces in a lot of new places. That's exactly what this team build is going to be. It is going to be lines with new players on them. We're going to play some games. I'm going to tell you how many points they got, if they did well with their new projected lineups or not. So let's get right into it. So starting it off here, we have the new look Dallas Stars line. My hometown boy, favorite player in the league, Jamie Benn, Tyler Seguin, and the newly acquired Patrick Sharp. So Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin lit it up. Seguin had 4 goals and 1 helper in the 5 games, and Ben had 3 goals and 3 assists. It was just the Ben and the Seguin show. It was ridiculous. And Patrick Sharp, he was kind of the guy who got the thing started. He had 3 helpers. He got the puck out of the defensive zone, and then kind of Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin did the rest. They were by far my most productive line. I played them on the 4th line, I played them on the 3rd line, I played them on the 2nd line, I moved them around, and every single game they were by far the most dominant line on this team build. So I want to know what you guys think for all of the new players, how they're going to. I think it's going to be exactly that. I think Patrick Sharp is going to bring the offense, but he's going to bring the defense as well. He's very good defensively, and I think he's really going to help the line of the Art Ross winner, Jamie Benn, hometown boy, and the ridiculously skilled Tyler Seguin. That's going to be a sick line next year, and I think that Patrick Sharp is going to push them to the next level. This line was absolutely filthy for me. And then we got here what could potentially be the best line in the NHL next year. We got Phil Kessel, Sidney Crosby, and Patrick Hornquist. You could argue it could be Malkin or Hornquist, but I went ahead and put Hornquist there just for the sake of argument. But Phil Kessel, I believe he is going to get at least 40 goals next year. If he doesn't hit anywhere close to that, that is a disappointment. He is going to rip it up. There's no excuse why he should not be a 45, even 50 goal guy playing alongside Crosby, the player he was in Toronto, with a player like Tyler Bozak. You put him alongside Crosby, and things are going to happen, and they definitely did in this team build here. Kessel scored all the goals for the team. He had 3 goals as well. Crosby just assisted on every single one of them, and Hornquist actually had no points, but it was the Crosby and the Kessel show. Crosby lit it up. He was just feeding Kessel all day. Kessel has one of the best wrist shots in this whole game, and it definitely showed here. He was a beast. I think Kessel and Crosby are going to do amazing next year together. I know I said the Dallas line was my most productive, but right behind them was Alexander Ovechkin, Nicholas Backstrom, and TJ Oshie. Oshie brought something that this line I think was kind of missing. Oshie brought the big hits. He was digging for pucks in the corner, and he actually benefited very well from playing alongside Ovi and Nicholas Backstrom. He had 2 goals and 4 assists in the 5 games. He was one of the best players out. He outscored Alexander Ovechkin. I think he's going to bring something that this line is missing, and that's the defensive two-way forward grit. He's going to be the guy to go into the corners, get the pucks to Nicholas Backstrom, all the way out to Ovi, and then pretty much the rest is history once Ovi gets the puck on his stick. But this line was amazing. Again, Oshie outscored Ovi and Nicholas Backstrom. He just did excellent, and I think that Oshie is going to be a make it or break it thing for the Washington Capitals, whether it's pushing them to the next level in the playoffs or whether it's just having the more regular season success that they already have. But Oshie fit in very well. And now for the Buffalo boys. My prediction is Buffalo will make the playoffs next year. They are a completely turned around team. Kane, O'Reilly, and I put Tyler Ennis on the right wing, although it's probably going to be Jack Eichel, but I just put him there again just for argument's sake. But Ryan O'Reilly actually played incredible. He scored some awesome goals. He was big, he's strong, he's fast, and I feel like if you have a speedy winger like Kane, and obviously a player like Jack Eichel, that line is just going to flourish. flourish. I mean, look at this grindy overtime winner that Ryan O'Reilly scored. He did awesome. Again, scored 3 goals and had 2 helpers, where Kane only had the 1 goal and Ennis was actually blanked out, didn't do a single thing, but it's probably going to be Jack Eichel. I just can't put him in the game for obvious reasons, but Ryan O'Reilly did excellent, and I really hope that he can bring the Buffalo Sabres to the playoffs next year. Mr. Tim Hortons himself, all the drama and the 7.5 mil, I think he's got to put all of that behind him and just play hockey. I think he's going to do great in Buffalo. I am rooting for the Buffalo boys, and Ryan O'Reilly was a force out there. Now, one of the bigger free agent additions, Mike Green to the Detroit Red Wings. Nicholas Kronwall excelled with another top quality defenseman on his right side. Kronwall was able to lead the rush, able to quarterback the power play, and Mike Green threw his body around more like what Kronwall does, but for some reason Green was just laying the body. But I really like the addition of Mike Green to Detroit. Now, there wasn't a whole lot of highlights for these other 4 defensemen because they didn't really log a whole lot of ice, so when I did put them on the first line, they didn't really seem to do a whole lot. So we have Paul Martin and Mark-Edward Vlasic here. Again, I'm not a huge San Jose Sharks fan, so I don't know where they will slot Paul Martin in the lineup, but he is a nice defensive addition there. And then we got the steal of the summer, hands down, Dougie Hamilton to the Calgary Flames, and Hamilton played pretty well. Hamilton, I made him the captain because he plays a lot better than an 83 overall. If you're looking for a cheap player, an ultimate team, definitely go pick up a Dougie Hamilton. But I feel like Hamilton will make the largest impact on a team. Calgary is in need of a potential top 2 Norris Trophy candidate defenseman for every single year, and Dougie Hamilton is that guy. I feel like he is going to be all the hype and some. He is going to bring something to Calgary they haven't had since like Al McInnes, you know, plus playing him alongside Mark Giordano and then Chris Russell. They have a very, very nice defensive core. As a Canucks fan, I'm terrified to play Calgary, but yeah, I think Hamilton is going to do great. Now on to the goalies. Robin Lehner to the Buffalo Sabres. Another reason why I think Buffalo will make the playoffs next year. Robin Lehner has a legitimate chance to be a #1 goaltender. I think he's going to do very, very well. And Michael Neuwirth to the Philadelphia Flyers. Don't know too much about their goaltending situation or not. I know they have Steve Mason in there, but for some reason he was just god awful. He played like absolute shit for me. He lost every single game he started. He was beyond bad. Let me know your thoughts on the impact these new players will have with their lines, and I want to get a good conversation going in the comments down below. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys later.